We are back, and we are talking about Citizens on Patrol. Huh!
I can't get that excited.
And it's not really Citizens on Patrol, but that's what I have nicknamed your series.
Well, I guess we can try that next year. I'll suggest it.
Nice.
I'm sure they'll ask for suggestions at the end of the...
It harkens back to my Police Academy days, where we would watch those movies on loop.
I used to watch those movies all the time, too. So, I mean, maybe they could get the younger-ish generation in there by...
We used to go, I think it was called Mr. Video, and it was out by Mike's Car Wash. There was a video rental store, and we had beta tapes. I'm really throwing my age out there, but we had beta videotapes, and we rented them. And we would watch Police Academy videos on loop, and we thought we were the cats meow.
I was still in another country when that was going on, so I don't even know what that's.
But now you get to do it live.
I do get to do it live,
and I'm jealous.
So it was exciting. Except last night, because we got to do a few different things last night. Mm-hmm. So one of the things we got to do was check out the property room. And they've got everything in there.
Now explain to me what a property room is.
That's where they keep evidence that's going to be going, if they're keeping it for trial, if they're keeping it to destroy, if they're, the stuff they collect.
So like the evidence locker.
Yes. Except that one part of that property room had some drugs in it, and you could smell the pot, and it made me sick. Like, I walked in that room, I said, I don't know if I can stand in here very long.
So, again, all I have to compare to, and a lot of viewers compare to, is it like TV where they have the money, they have, obviously, the drugs,
they had,
car keys.
Guns, they had computers, they had drugs, they had all kind. I mean, there was stuff everywhere, but it's not as big as they would show. She said... they destroy a lot of it after they get, the go-ahead. I mean, they can't destroy it while court case is going on, of course, but, they have to destroy a lot of it. They try to keep ahead of it because there's so much coming in that they don't have the room to keep it all, all year long and whatever. So they have, and for all the stuff that they can't destroy, that they auction off, they've got cars, and then they've got other stuff that they...
Electronics, things like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. I guess televisions. I don't know. She didn't really say exactly what kind of stuff except for the cars that would get auctioned off. But they don't even do that anymore except for the cars. They try twice a year to auction them off. Mm-hmm. But all the other stuff they send off to a company that takes care of it for them, and the company will just send them the check later. So
sure. And all of that is probably documented and fingerprinted and all that stuff.
They have.
So it's not like you're just sitting away all of the...
They have barcodes for it. They've got officers' initials and names. And I mean, these guys, they have to know exactly where it's going. And
so it wouldn't be like you're sending away that laptop too early, and then they'll be like, oh, all that evidence is gone.
No, they have to have a go-ahead before they can go, let's destroy something.
Sure.
So, but yeah, that was one of the things that we did. And that room, I mean, it was interesting. But oh my goodness.
The smell.
The smell was terrible. Just terrible. I couldn't handle it. It just gave me a
headache. It's not like, I guess we'll go to CSI Miami where it's all glass and cages and it's huge and ventilated and...
Nope. I mean, they've got the shelves that move back and forth, so they can obviously, they can utilize their room well. And they've got cameras that watch the front door, so you can't even go in there. You have to have a special code. You have to have, there's only a few people that have that key. And, I mean, it's all kinds of, you have to sign in. They don't mess around in there. So,
nice.
You're trying to break in to find something they might have confiscated. You're out of luck, man. You're out of luck.
So it's not as easy to get a hold of evidence as they show on TV. Like, this gun went missing, or, this iPod is gone.
Nope. I mean, they're serious about it. So.
See why I'm so excited about this? You guys! It is pretty exciting. Yeah. And I have to say, though, that I find an interest in those kind of crime dramas, or even those novels, or even when you read them in books. I do find that.
I like to compare, because you never know, because some of that stuff, when they say based on a true story, half the time they took the characters' names, maybe, and maybe the town they lived in, and the rest is all made up. So I like to compare what real life says about what these people are saying. Oh, look at my dramatization of whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, they really are proving that it's true. It's not like it is on TV, the way they write it, like this happened. No, it didn't.
But at least there is the crime locker.
There is a crime locker. I mean, they kind of base it they base it on stuff. It's kind of true. Not completely true.
Kind of.
Not everything
loosely.
you watch on TV is true.
So what else did you learn?
Well, we also had a victim's advocate there. So she talked about, she's the one who helps anybody who's been a victim of a crime. And she'll help them through the whole process, or she'll just be there if they need to talk, if they need support. She'll go to court with them. So that was kind of interesting because a lot of the time you really don't hear about the victim of the crime. You hear more about this is the defendant's rights and this is
the evidence leading to.
Yeah, So it's kind of interesting to know that there are people there who are willing to help the victim. That's not just the prosecutor taking this guy to court for, beating up somebody or whatever. So that was kind of interesting too.
And that is cool because you always see how glamorized it is in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And you kind of do get desensitized and forget about, oh wait, this really could have been a crime and that there really was a victim.
But you never really think about the victim, like something might have happened to them, but you never really think about, if they lived through something, what they're dealing with, because it could be something that ruined their whole life. They could go into financial ruin. They could,
the emotional toll.
Yeah, the emotional toll. So just all kinds of stuff that you don't really think about because something bad happened to them.
Sure.
So you feel bad for them, but you never really think about the scope. So she talked about that a little bit. So it was quite interesting to kind of understand a little bit better what the other person's going through, because you do hear about, so-and-so shot somebody, so he's going to go to court, and this is what's going to happen to him.
And here's the evidence, and here's...
so you hear more about them, it seems, than you do about the other person. So it was
that is pretty cool.
It was interesting. I mean, it was insight that I just didn't have before. So
that's, what? This is why I do get excited about these series that goes on with the paper, and I'm glad you're doing it because honestly, it does harken back. I know I joked about Citizens on Patrol, but this really shows that Kokomo is on the forefront of that stuff.
And and they're pretty ahead in some aspects of it. Like they've got a special team that'll interview a child instead of having a whole bunch of people. They'll just have one person who's trained to interview the child who might have gone through something, and then they'll wear a headpiece, and then they can ask their questions through that person, so this kid's not getting traumatized all over again.
Right.
And that's something I didn't really think about. That poor kid, if something happened.
Sitting in a room filled with...
Yeah, sitting in a room with a bunch of scary people, and something bad's already happened. You don't know what's going on. You're sitting there, and you're scared out of your wits. So, just different things like that you don't really think about. She said there's not a whole lot of places that have that yet, but Howard County is one of them, and so that's go Howard County, right?
Absolutely.
Yay.
Great place to live, work, and play.
And then we had Captain Summers come in, and he talked about different nuisances and ordinances and all kinds of stuff. So did you know you can't park your car on the street for more than 72 hours?
No, I didn't.
You could, but you'd get a ticket or towed.
Like in neighborhoods or streets?
Yeah, in neighborhoods. You're not supposed to park up on the sidewalk.
I knew you couldn't park on the sidewalk.
Well, some people don't.
I also watch Parking Wars.
Some people don't know that because I see people parked on the sidewalk all the time. But they take care of stuff like if your yard is full of crap, basically, toys and broken bikes and old furniture and who knows what else. Some of these people, they just treat their yard like hey, let's throw everything out there. So they take care of stuff like that, or even just annoying things like dogs barking all night long and keeping you awake, or
tornado sirens,
or tornado that woke me up last night. So I'm glad for the tornado sirens.
Again, and we're not picking on the people that have that stuff in their yard. The nuisance is that it will bring unwanted pests.
Yeah.
It will bring smells. It will bring...
And sometimes it'll bring down property values because if your yard's a wreck, and then, and your neighbors have to look at it and it's ugly. Who wants to look out your window and see that?
Right. So again, we're not picking on people and they're not picking on people when they say that. It really is a matter of public safety.
And some people might not even know because, a lot of people, that their property, so they should be able to do,
what they want.
Pretty much what they want with it. They bought it, they own it. So, hey,
theirs.
It's theirs. But there's just some things where it's, the way he said it was just learn to be kind to your neighbors, be neighborly, don't be a jerk, basically. So, he didn't say that, but...
And what number are we in? Is this 5?
This was the 5th one, so we've got three more weeks to go.
Guys, I'm so
SWAT's
glad she's doing
next.
this. And SWAT?
SWAT. I'm excited, and the K-9 unit.
The pictures are my favorite.
I'm excited. Yeah, I actually dropped the ball last night
did.
for my tweeting because, we weren't allowed to do it for
I
the
sat
first
by my
part.
phone crying.
No, you didn't. But I wasn't allowed to take it with me when we did
Sure.
the property room stuff because that's obviously evidence and
yes.
you know. And then after that, I was just getting into it, and I totally forgot to get my phone out and, you know.
Can we FaceTime so I can be like sitting right beside you looking?
I don't have an iPhone or an iPad. Is that what FaceTime does,
You
right?
can,
I have an Android. They don't have the FaceTime on it. So.
It really is exciting, and honestly, check it out at kokomoperspective.com or come in and get the newspapers.
Yep.
Check out Rosie. She's got all kinds of new and exciting things that she is bringing to Kokomo, bringing
Hopefully
to the
when
Kokomo
SWAT and
perspective.
Canine show up, they'll all be able to take lots of pictures.
I want
so
her to
I'm
be
excited.
in the suit. I want the dogs to chase after her.
Oh, no.
It's National Pet Day.
Oh, dear.
In honor of National Pet Day, she's signing up.
People want nice pets. They don't want dogs that are going to chase you down the street.
Again, thank you so much for coming in
No problem.
and at least putting to rest what's fake
Yes.
and what's fiction and versus what's real for me.
For the most part, I would say trust but verify. Don't believe what they're telling you on TV.
Don't believe.
Don't believe what they're telling you on TV is all the way true.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.